doesn't matter whether or not the person that is accosting your son or daughter or my son or daughter, my wife, your husband, my mother, your parents, it doesn't matter whether or not they were deprived as a youth. It doesn't matter whether or not they had no background that enabled them to become socialized into the fabric of society. It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons. So I don't want to ask, what made them do this? They must be taken off the street. That's number one. There's a consensus on that. Unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision,
probably homos,
without any structure, without any
probably gay wads, probably fags.
Because they literally, I yield myself 3 minutes, because they literally have not been socialized.
You know the thing.
They literally have not had an opportunity. We should focus on them now. If we don't, they will, or a portion of them will, become the predators 15 years from now.
No conscience, no empathy.
Madam President, we have predators on our streets.
We don't know how they got there. We got to bring them to heal, right, Joe? You know the thing.
Because of its neglect created.
Yeah, fatties.
Again, it does not mean because we created them that we somehow forgive them or do not take them out of society.
Yeah, we created them. Neoliberal policies.
They are beyond the pale, many of those people.
Beyond the pale of our own wickedness.
Beyond the pale.
Corruption.
It's a sad commentary on
Credit card
society.
companies.
We have no choice.
Foreign wars.
Take them out of society.
Energy companies.
And the truth is, we don't very well know how to rehabilitate them at that point.
We don't know, so let's just lock them away, right, Joe?
I'm the guy that said rehabilitation, when it occurs,
He's the guy. He's the guy that says it, man.
When we notice it and we know it occurs, we don't know why. So you cannot make rehabilitation a condition for release. That's why in our system, there's the federal system, you serve 85% of your time. But we don't know how to rehabilitate.
40 years of this, guys.
There's a consensus, and I will see.
40 years of this bullshit.
Must make the
And
streets
yet,
safer.
we're
I don't
still
care
fucking listening
why.
to it every fucking day. You know what's really upsetting about the political system of our country? Apparently, even though we're supposed to have checks and balances, we're supposed to have a democratic republic where we vote for our politicians, we still have a two-party system that literally keeps us in a recycle mode of the most horrible, the most disgusting, dirty, corrupt pieces of shit known to man. This system that we have keeps us in a revolving loop of fucking human trash. That's what it does. So that was Joe Biden in, I want to say, Super Predators. That was back in the 90s. Okay, so not that far away. I remember the 90s. JNCOs, boy bands, homophobia, and mass incarceration. So interesting. I mean, I like roller skates, though. The rollerblades were tight, especially with those JNCOs. And white boys had long hair. Bop, dippy-dop, da, joom, bop, dippy-dop, da, joom, bop, dippy-dop, mass incarceration, yeah, yeah. Meanwhile, on the political landscape, Reagan had made the Democratic Party in his image. I don't really know why. I think it's, maybe did he beat badly? He must have beaten badly the Democrat before. See, Jimmy Carter only got a one-term. He was a one-term president, right? So then, that was because of the Iranian hostage crisis. Because Jimmy Carter was actually a good person. He's the only, out of all of the presidents we've ever had, Jimmy Carter literally, he listened to brown people, and he didn't try to do a completely systemically racist police state. Or try to, take Native Americans' land. He didn't do any of that. And because he didn't fucking bomb the brown people when he was supposed to, Jimmy Carter, he didn't get elected into office again. They said he negotiated with terrorists. Yeah, so you can't be a good person and be president at the same time. Like, The American people literally call, they call for complete deranged psychopath lunatics to be president. They call that being law and order, and they call that being tough. The only way you can be tough is if you kill, murder, and maim your enemies. I mean, that's capitalism. It's the healthy competition of our country. So, anyway, the reason why I'm live streaming at 3 o'clock in the morning is because I think he did it again. Joe Biden is saying some racist shit again. At this point, it's not surprising to me what Joe Biden says. It's only surprising that we literally keep on letting him say it. And there comes a certain time where I was getting really emotional. This leaked audio from The Intercept, guys. This once again, and people, all of my friends, they tell me, when you show them who they are, believe them. I know who Joe Biden is. I know he's a racist. I know he's a psychopath neoliberal, only wanting to enrich himself and his family from politics. He's not a political servant. I know that. But when he blatantly speaks down to black leaders and the African American race at large, when he does that blatantly, it just makes me so sad. And it's not even about Joe Biden. It's mostly because there's this part of me that feels like there's a piece of us that's used to it so much that when people aren't talking down to us, when people aren't yelling at us about how he's gotten so many black votes from North Carolina, so we should just shut the fuck up and, give in to whatever he wants. When we're so, look here, buddy, you know the thing. You ain't black. You vote for Trump, right? Like, he has all the power. He tells us if we're black or not. He tells us if we're black or not, right? And it's funny, but at the same time, there's just a part of me that literally thinks that a powerful white person telling us that we're not black, that's something that we like inside. Because it's a comforting thing. It's like what we're used to, right? We're used to a white, powerful man telling us that we're not black if he says we're not black, right? We're used to him telling us that look here, buddy, you know the thing. You want to be free, huh? Well, I give you 3 square meals a day on that field. I give you a good job. You know that? You should be grateful. That's the way Joe Biden talks to us. So, it's funny, but at the same time, it hurts me because we voted for him. So we must like that shit. I don't know. It's weird, man. Not all of us do. Okay? I have plenty of friends that don't. Literally, I don't know. It's been a hard election, bro. Because I don't really do partisan politics. So I literally believe in issues. I believe in policies. And I want change. And Joe Biden said nothing will fundamentally change. So he's the enemy of my views and my politics because he's keeping the things from changing. He said nothing will fundamentally change. So if you wanted Joe Biden, it's not like, I believe every American has the civic duty and the freedom and the conscience to vote for whoever they want. But the people that pushed people that were in the Green Party and said that they were wasting their vote, people who voter shamed, the people who suppressed the vote, the Democratic operatives who, through any means, by any means necessary, tried to get the vote for Joe Biden by smearing progressives, by lying about Bernie Sanders, saying he was a big yeller. Who's the yeller now, Joe? Look here, buddy. This whole thing, this whole political circus, the whole election was so hard because not only was it the second time that they rigged the election from the progressive candidate, then they got other progressives to go along with it, like Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren, man, hurt. That hurt me. That was like some shit. That was some Game of Thrones shit where your best friend stabs you in the back. That shit hurt. Then then it hurt coming from South Carolina. It hurt coming from, there's just no rest for the wicked, guys. You got Neera Tanden. Now you got Neera Tanden in the cabinet, guys. Neera Tanden. She loved the Iraq War, bro. She still defends the Iraq War. So, Joe Biden, he doesn't give a shit that his crime bill incarcerated thousands of people. Doesn't give a shit about the fact that his wars in Iraq, Afghanistan, Somalia, Yemen, and Libya put slave auctions in Libya, or, killed thousands of our brothers and sisters. He doesn't give a shit. What he does give a shit about is that the fucking Republicans, because that's all Joe Biden cares about. All Joe Biden gives a shit about is Republicans, because he is a Republican, really. He's just, he rides the trains to Delaware. I have this thing, Malcolm X said it the best way. So, you want to listen to white liberals when you go to Joe Biden. Everything spot on. Literally, there's no difference between white liberals and white conservatives. It's just about the power thing and how liberals are more deceptive. So Joe Biden's really a Republican, but he's in the Democratic Party. That party used to be FDR's party, right? So he had to pretend that he was a leftist. So, and plus he lived in Delaware. It was the location. So over time, he just, the Democrats there are Republicans, That's just the way it was. And so he worked with segregationists. He did mass incarcerations. He cut taxes. He helped Obama give a healthcare insurance giveaway to rich people. And he believes in the rich. He said nothing will fundamentally change to them. He's indebted to them at Wall Street. And so that's all. The only thing he cares about is, the only thing he cares about is that shit. So basically, this is all Joe Biden cares about right here. This is a Fox News alert, because this is what Joe Biden's watching. So I just want you to know.
So breaking just in the last hour, newly leaked audio posted by The Intercept. President-elect Joe Biden saying that Republicans used the defund police movement to, quote, beat the living hell out of Democrats. Peter Ducey picks up the reporting live in Wilmington, Delaware. Peter.
And it was a listening session on Tuesday, Bill, that this audio has now leaked out from, but the listening that Joe Biden was doing also came with a warning from Joe Biden for these prominent civil rights leaders that Republicans beat the hell out of Democrats at the ballot box when the talk turns to defunding the police.
They've already labeled us as being defund the police. Anything we put forward in terms of the organizational structure to change policing, which I promise you will occur. Promise you.
He promises this. He promises. Don't worry, guys. You got it. He's on lock. This guy's fucking on lock, isn't he? Believe that shit. Trust me. He doesn't lie. This guy doesn't lie like Trump does.
We're talking about holding them accountable.
This guy does not lie like Trump. He's not a liar. Hell no. Trump told 94 lies yesterday. You all know that? Y'all know that Trump lies? Trump's a liar. Joe Biden's not a liar, though. You ain't black. You think he is? He's honest and realistic, guys. You all know that? He's not a racist. He's honest and realistic. He's not a racist. It's called honest and realistic when Joe Biden's a racist.
Safe. The president-elect is here in Wilmington today. No,
he's in Wilmington.
Until tomorrow afternoon, when he's going to announce some new White House staffers, including Susan Rice.
Oh, Susan Rice, guys. Benghazi. That was fun. God. Okay. So not only has Joe Biden literally just turned his back on, he didn't turn his back on Black America. He's always hated us. Joe Biden has always hated black people. He didn't want to live in a racial jungle. Remember that. Joe Biden has always hated black people. But not only is he now openly hating black people because we voted for him. We didn't ask for anything because we don't ask for anything for our political class. We just vote for him out of fear, right? Or propaganda. So now he has what he wants. So now he's yelling at you and telling you to shut the fuck up. Because the Republicans are watching me. And I really like Republicans. They're awesome. Please don't embarrass me, black niggers, in front of the Republicans. Please don't do that. But, now he's got his whole cabinet back together. Susan Rice, Neera Tanden. It's like the old war group, huh? The old neoliberal warmonger band's back again. Woohoo! We're gonna go bomb some brownies. God, they hate us. And they want us to know. Look, you're fat. You shut the fuck up. You have 3 square miles a day. Are you not breathing air? That's my air you're breathing, nigger. You're black. No, so, in my head, when white people say things like that, I just put the N-word in, because I just want to be honest with myself about what they're saying. I know it's not appropriate to say the N-word, but this is what Joe Biden is really saying to you. He's saying, nigger, that's my air you're breathing. Shut the fuck up about defund the police, you stupid nigger, and thank you for giving me everything I wanted. You are inferior, in fact. You're an inferior nigger because I literally got you to vote for me. And I didn't have to do a goddamn thing. So who's inferior? You must be. And part of me sometimes believes it. Because literally we did. So anyway, don't want to harp on that. But I'm just very emotional about it. Basically, all I have to say is this is gonna get bad. This is gonna get bad, bro. We might not even get a stimulus deal because now everybody's at brunch. We need a new party. We have the new progressive party. We have the Greens. Gotta stop fighting progressives. There's things that really are bad things are gonna happen right now, guys. Bad things. Gina Haspel. Women. Forget about women for a second. Gina Haspel is a murderous psychopath. So let me tell you about Gina Haspel. She was the CEO of Raytheon. Raytheon is a plane company / bomb company. They make bombers. Those bombers. Okay. Neera Tanden literally had the same policy as Trump. Take the oil. That was what she wanted. She loves oil. She's huge friends with all the oil moguls. And, of course, she's always in Saudi Arabia, Dubai, vacationing. She's a big neoliberal darling. Huge. She was helping Uma Abedin in the Clinton campaign. So she's a Clintonite, and she uses her influence to pay people like David Brock, who are hatchet people, to smear progressives. So that Gina Haspel, Raytheon CEO, Neera Tanden, darling of the Saudis and oil executives. We have, who else do we have in the cabinet? Okay, so we have some regular corporate neoliberals, okay? We have the banks, the bank guy, I don't know his name. It's a weird name. Anti? Whatever. Anyway, so he was in the Obama administration. He decided to, since, Trump was president, he was going to drain the swamp, right? Trump ended up just getting the George W. Bush cabinet. In the meantime, this anti-guy was working in the private sector. That's what they call it, private sector. When you're doing contracts for rich people, doing consultant gigs, and getting paid thousands of dollars for consultants. Why does Wall Street need consultants? Why does Wall Street need consultants? Yeah, that's what he's doing. Consulting for Wall Street. Consulting. Interesting. I really need to figure out what the fuck they need consultants for. And are they still throwing midgets against the fucking wall like in Wolf of Wall Street? I don't know. But, tangent. So anyway, he, just like Obama, he made $400,000 a speech. He racked up the money, favors, the political influence. And now he's back again for another round of Obama. Another round for Obama's third term. Neoliberalsville Part 4. But, yeah. We try to point this out, by the way. Vox. The Young Turks, too. Oh, my God. No, not the Young Turks. I'm not going to diss them like that. The Young Turks. Who was going on? No, it wasn't the Young Turks. I don't want to say that. Okay, so it was definitely Vox. It was Now This Politics. They're just fucking trolls for the Democrats. They were just talking about how, just so funny, bro. They're just talking about how he's paying. Oh, I'm sorry, he's contributing to society like a good guy. What? He was just working. He's got a family. He's a family man. These guys are hilarious, bro. Women. Like, they don't even, like, try to, like, excuse what they're doing. They just, like, try to put a spin on it. Women. Gina Haspel's a warmonger. She's killed more people than Hitler. But women. It's so fucking ridiculous. How do you argue with that? It's so ridiculous. That's what's going to be hard about this Biden thing. Is that you guys, like, I can't even argue with y'all. Because, like, I'm like, hey, guys, get out of the Middle East. Women. I don't know how to respond to women. But get out of the Middle East. I don't know, guys. So, this is where we're at. We got a shitty cabinet picks. We got a guy who's yelling at black people and black leaders about how they should be grateful. And nothing will fundamentally change. So, hope y'all having fun. What y'all having for brunch? Y'all having some waffles? Y'all got some syrup and some butter with these waffles? I like waffles. So does the governor. Governor Abbott. Governor. Guys, stay with me, okay? And please stay informed. And always. Free think, be innovative, and open-minded. Tommy Nation Politics. Good night.